The more I correct my dog, the worse he behaves. Clarity comes from addressing behavior, not the dog. So, what does that mean? That means if I get close to the dog, if I move the dog with the leash, the dog is not learning. Dogs are in the moment. So, what that means is if he started jumping and barking, and I get close to him and I'm touching him and I'm pulling him over to me, he is not associating what I'm doing with what happened 2 seconds ago. He's not associating that with the behavior of jumping and barking because he's in the moment. What he's aware of at this moment is that I'm close and I'm touching and talking. Dogs only learn when they use their own muscles, when they use their own effort to execute a behavior. So I told him to sit, and he's sitting. So what I want to make sure of is that the dog understands the dynamic, right? The upper body is the target. Hey, you sit. So I want him used to the dynamic sit, that if I stand up or sit or whatever I do, that this is our relationship. Maybe from 6 or 10 feet away, or maybe right up close. When the dog gets me to do something, as in he starts sniffing, so I come down close and start touching, he is not associating that I'm doing this because he's sniffing, you see? So if I'm away and now I lose his attention, you see, he's moved to me. You sit, so of course now he's going to be good. So pretty soon that nose will go down. And what's important, because I said the word down, so what's important, so he's now all this sniffing and chewing the grass. What's important is that, hey, up here, there we go. I got him to move. He used his own muscles from ear to shoulder to look up and give me eye contact. Here, come on, sit. Let's go. Come on. So there it is. I have to stay up. I have to keep the dynamic. So what happens is if you find yourself constantly repeating things, moving the dog with the leash, touching the dog, getting close to the dog, and you feel you're constantly at the dog, it's because the dog is in the moment. So when the dog got you to change your posture, as in standing up and leaning over close to the dog or touching the dog is in that moment and not associating what happened 2 seconds ago. Just like if your dog is pulling on the leash and you stop, the dog is going to stop and look at you. Or if your dog is trained to sit when you stop, now the dog is going to sit. So the dog will not associate your stopping as a correction for the dog's pulling. The dog is stopped. So now it's a new day, it's a new moment. They're that much in the moment. So you stop, the dog stops. What are we doing now? Why did we stop? You see? So if you want the dog to walk by your side or to stop pulling, you need to address that behavior by maintaining your posture and motivating the dog, whether it's a sound, yes, or a little clap, or you use a treat, whatever you use, the dog has to use its own muscles to change position or change posture. That is where you get clarity in your communication with the dog. If I lean over, you see now, I don't want him to go over there. So if I get up and go after him, or if I had the leash on him and I pulled him to me, he would not associate my pulling or my getting up with the fact that he now broke his sit command, right? Hey, over here. Good boy. Sit. Thank you. You see? So now he moved himself. He did this on his own. And as a result, he gets that affectionate connection from me. I'm going to touch him and talk to him and tell him what a good boy he is. I love when you sit here. That's the clarity in your communication. And it's counterintuitive to us humans. We're using a leash. We have a leash in our hands. When we have something in our hands, we want to use it, right? So the leash is a tether for safety. So it's not to steer the dog. The dog must use their own muscles. That's how they learn. Dogs learn physically first. They learn through sensation, through touch. They learn by doing. I certainly hope that helps. All of this is in my book, The Affection Connection, available on Amazon and Audible. I'm Jack Cran from Peace of Mind Canine. Please keep your questions coming. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. And if you learned something, like this video. You could always reach me at my website, peaceofmindcanine.com. Leave a message, ask a question. I look forward to helping you any way I can. All right, thanks. Bye for now. Good boy.